The Ninth Infinity, Book 2, Ialla, Goddess of the Woods and Fields by James Mandolare. Hi, I'm Feats the Dreamer. I used to live on 20th century Earth, but now I live on Celestion, World of Wonder. My beloved friend Nora, when she was done with her bath, she looked in the closet in her room and found some clothes. She put them on and looked in the mirror. She liked what she saw. In her hooded cape, with her little dagger clipped to her wide belt, she felt, perhaps for the first time in her life, comfortable in her own skin, confident and strong. She remembered last night at the Cafe of the One, when we had sat together with King Lomar and his brother Prince Damkasinos, and King Lomar's magical consort, Princess Glendel Le Fay. They told us of the long, hard road of the Wumuni-Ra wanderers, and of the upcoming Tarot Talisman event at Magical Stone Mountain, a place where all the realms meet, said Prince Damkasinos. We go to honor the birth of the green dragon, born of Musfing, the dragon of Stone Mountain, added King Lomar in his thick accent, born of many cultures his people had known in their 300 years of wandering. At dawn, Prince Damkasinos drove up with his mystic Vardo wagon, and inside was the Puri Dai, the pure black blood, queen of the Wumuni-Ra tribe, Michelinski Angelica Lamarinskevich. She welcomed us gladly and warmly as we came aboard. We left the vast tree-covered green park and the cafe behind, and found ourselves in the busy streets of Azlef. We drove through the twisting and turning narrow streets of the maze outside South Azlef and headed through the busy city, heading north through the North Gate and up into the northern hills of Tyran Province. We headed up ever higher into the hills, past the mansions outside the city and the vast vineyards of the Crossfield Estates, and up into the hills and farms, ever higher as we grew nearer to the far-off blue mountains in the Shamandala lands, far north of the empire. Damkasinos said the mountains of the north were the back of an immense green dragon buried deep in the earth, the grandmother of all green dragons, Schwangunkis. The dragon power makes Stone Mountain a place where all realms meet, the eighth infinity, Damkasinos told me as I sat and played my guitar, and as the miles passed, I sang many songs from my long-gone 20th century Earth. Inside the wagon, Nora listened to the Puri Dai as the miles rolled away. She told of the long history of the wandering folk, how they had once been part of the Shalomi people, but were exiled for honoring the old Shamandala goddesses. Long they wandered through the world, always true to their beloved goddess, Onadao, mother of the universe, mother of the stars. The Puri Dai looked into her crystal ball and saw the great mother and her 4 daughters dancing in the Namaste light of pure being. The great mother and her daughters are the eternal feminine divinity, revealed through the challenges and pleasures of mortal life. We are devoted first to show the sensual mistress of dreams, she said, and Nora remembered her dream of show and the great passion she had shared with Feats the Dreamer on Show's Isle. She has a sister we love as well, Ialla, Lady of the Woods and Fields. She is the untouchable virgin goddess of nature's grace and power and beauty. She is spring, the morning light, goddess of fire, goddess of the East. She is the guardian of all the animals and protector of plants and worshipper of the trees. She is the ceaseless and cyclic turn of the seasons and the unfathomable mystery of the remote wildlands untouched by human hands. She is life and birth, and we live under her stars and trees, by her fire, in the woods, far from the towns. She is the immortal spirit, returning to human life again, to face the challenge of being immortal, at the mercy of forces vast and infinite. As the Puri Dai spoke of her devotion to Ialla, Nora remembered the end of her dream, the marriage of the goddess and the god, where she and Feats the dreamer had declared their immortal, free, and everlasting love for each other, and for all the gods and goddesses of all time and all culture. Nora knew she would soon take that astral ship, the Windy Dreamer, and sail to Ialla's sacred Isle of Paradise with its unending mountain ridges, chain after chain of unending wildlands, stretching on forever. But all too soon the day was done, and we pulled off the road and into the woods that surrounded us now on all sides. We built a fire and cooked a wonderful meal under the twilight skies, and in the firelight Feats and the Puri Dai sang and played together the ancient songs of the wandering folk gathered through many lands, and Feats played old 20th century songs, some that 21st century Nora remembered, and even sang along with her high, sweet voice, singing harmony that rang in the trees. But early the next morning at first light, we were off again, climbing up and down the ever more steep climbing road, past logging camps, and in the deep woods villages would appear, until we left the empire and went on up into the borderlands, and came at sunset to Stone Mountain at the top of one last steep climb.